Hey everyone, Sam and Chris from Wyvern Kodiak here. Before we get started, like and subscribe, check out some of the other videos and content that we have on our channels. Thanks a lot. Hey everyone, Sam at Wyvern Kodiak, and I'm here checking out something from MachineWise. So, MachineWise always puts together a really cool package for their knives, and to be honest with you, this is as much an experience as it is an unboxing when you get one of these. So for those of you that have seen my Mojave video, then I'm sure that you will know what I'm talking about. They always come in these really cool 3D printed boxes, and they're just made for the knife. It's a super cool experience. MachineWise is a company out of Phoenix, Arizona, and they were started by a guy named Dylan Crawford. And Dylan was a machinist for, I think it was like a jewelry company, and his roommate got him into balisongs. And well, I guess they say the rest is history, right? He started MachineWise, and they were a balisong company. And then they decided, like last year, well, I'm sure it was a couple of years ago because it takes a while for them to get everything right, but they decided last year to drop some folding knives. So you unscrew this box. It's not like a lift up or pull apart or anything like that. So you unscrew this box, and then off it comes. Here's a letter of authenticity and QC code card, sorry. So I have model 337. The date of birth is July 23rd, 2024. Mine is in Magna Cut. I know most of them, if not all of them now, are S90V. It gives you an HRC rating, and mine's 64. Now, I can tell you that they have it down to where they truly test it. It's not like a range like they do with these mass-produced companies. You know, I've seen ones where they're like 63.8. So it is absolutely dead-on accurate. Bolster, colors, all that kind of stuff, and then the final QC check and who did that. In this case, I know MB is Martin Blair, who happens to be the president and mechanical engineer for MachineWise. So that is pretty cool. Sticker, warranty card information. So we'll just put this off to the side over here. And then you have the knife. Now it comes with some graphene lubricant, which is awesome. And it comes with the pivot tool. And it comes with this, which is actually, if I can get the darn thing out, oh boy, for real. You had to cut your nails, Sam. All right, we'll leave it in there. How about that? That is, and it says right there, if you can read it, it says, this was your bolster. So this piece right here, that's the stamp from it. So that's really cool that they include that piece. And that is snugly fit into the box here. Really cool. We're going to put this off to the side here so we can just focus on the knife. So the micro milling on this is outstanding. It is really, really nice. Subtle, does not intrude on your hand or anything like that. It continues onto the bolster over here. With bolster is like an anodized multicolor. So that's really cool. The knife is in an integral, which is awesome as well, because that is showing off. in my opinion, and I love it. I would love to make an integral in one of my designs, but we'll get to that at some point. MachineWise logo back there, back flipper obviously, some holes here which really makes it look nice. The anodization that you saw over here on the bolster is now over here on the pocket clip. The pocket clip, by the way, is reversible, so very nice. The number right there on the blade, 337, that's my model number, or my serial number, I'm sorry. No jimping, but you'll see that you're going to be shocked when I say I don't mind. So, very, very cool. Even the beveled edges over here have some milling on it. It's a texture farm here. It's really, really sweet. I really enjoy what they did with this knife here. So I'll try and get a little closer here if you can see the milling. So just the attention to detail that MachineWise gives is outstanding. Man, I mean, it's effortless to open this thing. It really is. It's got a beautiful, almost like a polished stone wash, if you will, on the blade. So really, really nice. And it's going to wear well. So using the blade, it's going to hide some of the damage a little bit. So let me get a cloth here. I feel like this is driving me crazy. I don't know about you all, but dirty blades make me bonkers if I'm not using them. So let's clean this up a little bit, huh? There we go. Much better. So this knife was something that I had heard all about from different YouTube content creators, and I heard from people that I knew that grabbed one, and it was, oh, it's amazing, oh, it's amazing, you have to check this out. And I did a leap of faith and grabbed one. And, you know, I'm not disappointed. About my only regret is I do wish that I got a plain tie one. I'm just not a color anodized kind of knife guy. I really just enjoy plain knives more than anything else when it comes to what I have in my collection. Users, right? I mean, I have my 80-20, like I don't mind a user being that, but I jumped the gun on this and I didn't wait for an a plain one. I got an anodized one, but I'm certainly not mad. Beautiful milling on the pocket clip as well. I'll try and get that. There we go. So really, really nice. Again, attention to detail. The bolsters have it. Everything has the milling on it except for the spine on the integral. And then the flats over here, right? Like under here, which, I mean, there's no reason for that. But other than that, beautiful. Phenomenal. Let's do some size comparisons. As you just saw, you know I'm going to pull out an 80-20.5, and we'll pull out the drop bear from Kaiser. So it's bigger than both, but not, move this down a little bit, right? But it's really not a massive knife. So specs on the knife are, it's a 7.95 inch overall. You've got a 3.35 inch blade, and the weight comes in at just 3.5 ounces. It is relatively small in the hand as far as how wide it is. They've really been able to make this thing pretty thin, so it is really cool how they did that. Now, just to compare it for those that do know the MachineWise Mojave, The Mojave, if you're looking for a bigger knife, I think that's probably a better knife for you. As you can see, it's got probably about a 1/2 inch on there, and it's just a bigger knife. And it's a frame lock, and you've got some other deployment options and stuff like that as well. Action on this is outstanding. It is absolutely drop shut, but I will say it is quiet. It does fidget well, but there's not a lot of noise to it, as you can tell. So it is truly a phenomenal build. Now, one of the things that MachineWise is known for is their tolerances. And doing a little research, I uncovered that the tolerances on MachineWise, that their aim is 1/10 of a 1/10,000th, sorry about that, 1/10,000th of an inch. So they really leave zero room for error on these knives. Everything is intentional. They torque these down with nanometers, and it's pretty bananas, but they give you instructions on that. I think right here, if you look, it says the pivot is to be torqued to 3 nanometers for factory specifications and proper retorque. It tells you the edge angles. Okay, I mean, that's pretty wild, right? I mean, that's really wild. So all in all, though, I mean, again, this thing is intentional in every shape and form of what they do with this knife. Every line that's on this knife, every bevel that's on this knife, every way that it moves is exactly as intended by them. I can't let an opportunity go to not test the pocket clip, right? So let's get out our test pants. Now, these are medium thickness jeans, and the pocket clip is really tight, but it does go over fine. It is a deep carry, so as you can see, it sits real low in the pocket. It is not a big knife, so it is not going to take up a ton of real estate. For those of you that will carry this, I know there are some people that are like, oh my God, that's an $800 plus knife. You don't carry that. Well, you know, some people do and some people don't. And that's an argument for a different day, or a debate for a different day. Incredible retention, but I will say that it is a good pocket clip, but it has a little bit of a heavy grab. And so my guess is that this is still not going to slide in and out of the pocket very easy without doing long-term damage to the edge of your pocket. Maybe if it loosens up a little bit, it will help. It does have a good ramp on it, but it has really no spring. It's super tight on this. So pocket clip is okay, is what we'll call it. It's not great, but it's certainly not terrible either. I've definitely seen worse. So, final thoughts on this thing. I absolutely love this knife. I really do. It is not something I carry because I don't carry button locks. I enjoy this knife because of the artistic piece of it, because I enjoy the high-end build that this knife is, but it is not a knife that I carry. I will say I do carry the Mojave, but I do not carry the Sonora. The Sonora is just not something that I have a use for in my pocket. But again, there are some people that might. That being said, I did mention before there is no jimping. This is not a hard use knife. I don't need to lock in on this thing. Truly, I don't. Ergonomics on this thing are outstanding, and you can get it here. You can trigger grip it right here. You're not going anywhere. It's a flat spine on this, but you're not going to use this hard anyway. So truthfully, it doesn't really need the jimping. Other than that, there's really nothing I don't like about this for what it is. I'm not a button lock person, so for me, that is something that really kind of makes this a safe queen. I'm a frame lock guy or a top liner lock guy, but I am not a button lock guy. But I do, again, this knife is really nice, and I appreciate the tolerances and the attention to detail and the craftsmanship that went into this. This is a beautiful, beautiful specimen and a tribute to US manufacturing, and I absolutely appreciate it. So do any of you have a MachineWise? And if so, what do you think? Is it everything you had hoped for and cracked up to be? I know they're expensive, but is it something that you think was worth the money and worth the purchase? I'd love to hear from you. So please comment, like, subscribe, and check out some of the other videos we have here. I appreciate your time today. Y'all have a great one. We'll talk soon. Take care.